It started with a slap that echoed louder than the TikToker ever imagined. A single, careless strike meant to impress his online followers ended up shaking an entire community and reminding everyone watching that some respect can't be bought with views. The video begins on a warm Saturday afternoon at a roadside diner off Route 86. The Chrome Eagles, a local biker club made up mostly of veterans, had gathered for their weekly ride, a tradition that wasn't about speed or showing off, but brotherhood. Inside the diner sat Tom Bennett, a 72-year-old retired Marine with a soft smile and a slow limp. Every Saturday, Tom came to that same diner, ordered the same black coffee, and watched the bikers roll in. They always greeted him warmly, calling him Sarge. To them, he wasn't just an old man, he was a hero, but on this particular day, fate brought in someone else too. Kyle Rivers, a 22-year-old wannabe influencer, had been trying to grow his TikTok page with outrageous pranks. His content, mocking strangers, pretending to trip, or staging fake arguments, had gained him thousands of followers. But it wasn't enough. He wanted a viral moment, something shocking enough to make him famous overnight. And when he saw Tom sitting alone by the window, wearing his faded Vietnam vet cap, Kyle's mind twisted with an idea. His camera was already rolling as he walked up to the table. "Hey, old man," he said loudly, smirking for the lens. "You think that cap makes you special?" Tom looked up, confused but calm. "Son, I think you've got the wrong." Before he could finish, smack. The sound cut through the air. Every head in the diner turned. The old man's glasses slipped off, hitting the floor. Kyle laughed, turning back toward his phone. "And that's how you deal with boomers who think they own the place," he shouted to the camera, but then he saw them. The door swung open, and in walked 40 leather-clad bikers, their boots thudding heavy on the tile floor. Every one of them froze at the sight, their friend, their brother in arms, sitting stunned with a red mark across his cheek. Silence filled the diner. Kyle tried to play it off, holding up his phone. "It's just a prank, bro," he said nervously, taking a step back. The biggest of the bikers, Ray Bulldog Mercer, stepped forward. A grizzled man with a thick beard and eyes that had seen too much, he placed a heavy hand on Kyle's shoulder. "You think hitting a veteran is funny," he said quietly, his voice steady but colder than steel. Kyle stammered. I didn't mean it, man. It's for TikTok." Ray looked at the other bikers. "Get his phone." Two of them grabbed it while another turned the camera to face Kyle. "You want to make a video?" Bulldog said. "All right. Let's make a real one." What followed wasn't violence, not the kind Kyle expected, at least. They didn't lay a hand on him. Instead, they made him face the man he humiliated. They made him sit in front of Tom, whose quiet eyes spoke louder than anger ever could. Tom reached out, picked up his hat, and said softly, "Son, I fought for your right to act like a fool. But that doesn't mean you should." Tears welled up in Kyle's eyes. The bikers surrounded him, not threatening, but towering with silent authority. Ray told him, "You're gonna make a new video, kid. You're gonna apologize, and you're gonna tell the world what respect means." And he did. They filmed him standing beside Tom, voice trembling as he said, "This man fought for people like me. I disrespected him for likes. I'm sorry, not just to him, but to every person who's ever worn that uniform. I learned today that real strength isn't about hitting someone weaker. It's about honoring those who stood strong when we couldn't." That video went viral, but not for the reason Kyle hoped. Millions shared it, calling it the video that restored faith in humanity. Comments flooded in from veterans, families, and ordinary people who cried watching Tom put a hand on Kyle's shoulder and forgive him. Weeks later, Kyle deleted all his prank videos. He started visiting veterans centers, recording stories instead of stunts. And every Saturday, he came back to that diner, not to film, but to listen. Sometimes he'd ride along with the Chrome Eagles, not as a biker, but as someone trying to make things right. And Tom? He just smiled. He never liked fame, but he loved seeing the young man learn something no camera could ever capture: the power of respect, redemption, and forgiveness. By the end of the story, viewers are left watching that final clip, Kyle standing beside the same diner, voice cracking as he says, "To everyone watching, don't chase views by tearing people down. Real respect doesn't go viral. It lives in what you do when nobody's watching." That single slap changed 2 lives and reminded the world that sometimes, the strongest revenge isn't violence at all.
It's teaching someone how to be human again.